Hey, welcome to another Boulevard Paper Fight video. Today I'm going to be kind of closing out the content of this week, which has had a theme basically of being a sealed format and the different ways that I go about looking at sealed. So one of the things that I've done is I've showed how I just pop a freshie, look at the cards and what I'm looking for when I'm trying to evaluate what is in the seal deck I'll be playing that evening for the tournament. And then I've also gone over a deck that I won a seal tournament with and what I found in there that really helped and what helped me with my success with that deck. And so I thought lastly what I would do here, instead of just going over the deck and doing the usual like creature count, ember control, all that, I thought I would open up a seal deck and try and look for the things that would be fun to be interacting with within the deck, the lines of play, what I think could be powerful, that sort of thing, because I think being able to train yourself to recognize those and develop that skill is going to be very handy in all aspects of KeyForge, because even if you are playing against someone in an Archon and you look at their Archon card, you're going to be able to better identify the cards that could work together and then know what to look for when your opponent is playing. And this is also going to give you insight into the lines of play that are going to be very helpful for you as you are basically playing your game and knowing what you're trying to dig for or what you're trying to pull off to either put someone off a key or close out a game for yourself. So um, I'm going to just open this up and put my little sticker on. And we're going to look at the Archon card first and try and identify things from just an Archon card, and then we'll crack open the pack and see what's in store on a more visual level, okay? So, all right, let's get that on here. All right. So we got North Dre of Tox Chapel Crater. Pretty cool, I must say. Great name. So we got a Brobnar Mars Sanctum lineup, which is kind of interesting because if this was a Coda deck and you saw Brobnar Mars Sanctum, you're probably not feeling very excited. I know for myself personally in Coda, this would probably be my least favorite house combination. So right off the top, when I'm looking at this, there is a Dromernaut Ganger Chieftain combo. There is a Grump Buggy, so now it's a matter of seeing do we have enough big creatures. There's Agent Human. A Proliferator is always great, and two Vizima Think Drones. Both great things for archiving cards that have play abilities. And the Proliferator, I see here, there's also a Shatterstorm and a Hypno Beam. Shatterstorm, amazing card for putting people off Ember, and you got Hypno Beam as well. So that is a Proliferator target. And then over here we have Gatekeeper, always helpful. Doorstep to Heaven, Baramengian, Gorm of Ohm, which is artifact removal, and there's Barehanded as well. Hadros Wall can cause a lot of problems. And an Anahita the Traitor. So, gotta then see that the artifacts. Okay, so right off the top, this deck feels pretty balanced. There's quite a bit of creatures in here, and yeah, that's pretty cool. And I see it's very balanced. So now let's crack this open and take a deeper dive into everything. It's one of those packs where the tab to unravel is not as easily accessible. All right, so here we are. So Anahita, which means now we're looking for artifacts. So we got 2, 3, which is, this is a prime target to give. 4, don't really want to give that one though. 5, 6. I mean, I wouldn't mind giving this one because it still affects both players, so that's kind of cool. So 6 artifacts with Anahita the Trader, making Anahita a really great card in this deck. And there's a couple that you would not mind relinquishing, so that's really awesome. The next thing I want to see here is the some more combos we got. So Gorm of Ohm is always great. Gatekeeper is always good. Same with Doorstep. They're pretty much the exact same card. So that's nice. Well, actually, Gatekeeper... Oh, no, yeah. Gatekeeper and them are exactly the same, except that Doorstep allows them on 6, which is nice. And then we got Baron also capturing. So... that's one way, and using Smite is always handy, I find. And then some more Capture Hate, Chell to protect things. I'd almost want to deploy this next to my Proliferator, because having the Shadow, yeah, look at this, Shatterstorm, Zookeeper, Hypno Beam. So basically these two right here, the Hypno Beam and Shatterstorm, are going to be my prime targets when thinking about the Proliferator. If I'm wanting to reset creatures and archive them, my Vizima Think Drones are going to be more the candidates for doing that. And obviously Human, and then Barehanded again, put each artifact on top of its owner's deck. This could be really powerful, especially if your Grunt Buggy, it gives you basically a way to deal with your Grunt Buggy. Same with the Gorm of Ohm. If for some reason it is not working out in your favor, because in a sealed format at which we are talking, you do not know their amount of creatures that they have. So if the Grunt Buggy backfires on you, there are answers in this deck for it. And then you obviously have Into the Fray with a Jormanaut Gengar Chieftain combo, which could be pretty good. Or with Cowfine, I mean, Bramos. There's a lot of things here that are really, really good synergy. I feel like it's going to interact really well, and the deck's going to play in a very fun manner. Let me see if there's anything I missed here. No, Mother Gun is great. I don't think there's anything that requires damage to be put on stuff. It's usually in the Mars. No, there is not. But there is a little bit of repeat here. I'm just curious about the actual Ember pips on this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So only 7 Ember. That's below my usual amount, but I mean 20 creatures, so you do have the ability to reap. Okay, so now what I want to count is the triggers for Grunt Buggy. So we got 1, 2. I mean, Hadroth's Wall will technically potentially get things going as well. Where's the Hadroth's Wall? There it is. So that could potentially do it. So we'll count that as the 4th. We got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 creatures to activate Grunt Buggy. So this is an actual great deck for Grunt Buggy, because you can get burned if Grunt Buggy is not in your favor with the creature count at 5+. So that is amazing. This is maybe the best Grunt Buggy deck I have opened where that couldn't work. I see a lot of ways to capture here. There's a lot of capturing here, and plus the 2 Gatekeeper and Doorstep. It feels like the Ember control is almost exclusively in Sanctum, so that's one thing you're going to have to keep in mind, is if you're setting up your Sanctum, you're going to need to be aware of that. And then, of course, you have a Shatterstorm, which can also get your opponent off a key, probably the best way, especially if they did a huge Ember Burst. You know you can just come at them really very, very hard. Then you have a Zookeeper, of course, to put a creature into your archives, although you may be giving it back a lot, because there is the Proliferator combo. 2 Harvesters, always great for Ember generation. And then you have the Squadron, which is great if you just need to kind of reset some things. And then Human again to do some stunning. So we got to sound the horns here, which is, this is the type of card. So let's say you're getting through your deck and you've already played some things like your Gorma Ohm maybe, and you need more artifact removal. These two removals here, sorry, these two Ember Control cards here, and then even the Shatterstorm. You've already played those. You pull your Sound the Horns. This gives you a chance of getting through your deck faster, basically, to get those cards back and recur them, which may be something you need. So that's always great. And let's just count the creatures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 8 creatures also in Brobnar. So you're going to be able to build that really big Brobnar board. And if you know how many creatures are there, it's kind of easier to pull them back and get what you need. Yeah, I'm really liking this Brobnar. So I think this deck is going to be a ton of fun to play. Again, stun each enemy creature on the flank so you can control their board. Then you have, again, discard Sanctum cards and capture. There are some cards here like you may not need. I mean, it's kind of hard. I feel like Baramendian actually may not be, his ability may not get much use in this deck, just because the Sanctum cards here, the ones that you would normally look to be candidates to discard, you may want to be holding them for Anahita if you can protect her. She is a big target. But I mean, there's not really anything in here that I would really want to discard just to capture. Everything feels very playable. And the only way I wouldn't is if Anahita wasn't out and I absolutely needed it. But all these seem very great Sanctum cards, so I'd be thinking twice before doing that. The Mars lineup is pretty badass, I must say. I do like having a Proliferator in any deck. This is my new thing, is this is the Witch of Mars, basically. Because this creature, when it hits the board, you need to deal with it. Because if you don't, you will get hosed. Like 100%, especially in a deck that has a Shatterstorm and a Hypno Beam. You can just keep recurring that, which I've had happen to me. And it's not fun. Yeah, so this deck just has a lot of answers for itself. I mean, everything makes sense in it. It just looks like it will all synergize very well. The lines of play, you're going to get what you need. So I think this would be a fantastic deck for Sealed. And I'm actually looking forward to jamming some of this, probably on some TTS, as well as maybe even just online, with some friends casually, because what better way to spend a day than with your friends playing some KeyForge. So that's going to do it today for our North Dre of Tox Chapel Crater. Appreciate everyone tuning in. Please like and subscribe. I really hope you've enjoyed these sealed videos that I've been doing throughout the week. I'm going to try and think of another topic to address coming up. So check out some of those videos if you haven't already. And may you forge your keys promptly and your ember never be stolen. Have a great one, Archons.